Hi! Welcome to Delightfully Dolls, where dolls are small and their hearts are big. Today, we will be continuing our doll kitchen. This will be part 2, so if you haven't seen part 1 yet, the link will be in the description. Because there are so many parts to this video for all of the craft and everything we're going to do, instead of telling you all of the many materials in the beginning, I will tell you the materials for each object as we go along. So, let's begin. We will make our first piece of this craft using this wood patterned sticker paper, some paperboard, mine's from a Cheerios box, and scissors. Remember, scissors can be dangerous, so have an adult tame them for you. To begin, I'm going to take my sticker paper, but you can also just glue on scrapbook paper if you have that. And now, I'll stick it to my cardboard, but I'm going to use this side because it's smoother, which will leave less bumps on the ground. Now I'll peel the paper side because it has this stick-on thing, and I'll apply it to the cereal box. I'm making sure I leave a little bit off the edge, and then I smooth out the sticker before fully applying. As you can see, I just pull the edge of the paper and it rolls itself out. Now flip this over. And cut off the excess. After doing so, I remove the rest of the sticker paper and now fold over the edges, similar to what I do when I cover items in paper. Now you have a very nice floor for your kitchen. Now we're going to move on and make other items for our room. Now we are going to make a clock for our kitchen. So, I'm going to start simply by taking a permanent marker and putting it right in the middle of my bottle cap. As you can see on mine, I have a little dot there already, so finding the center won't be hard. Now, I am going to equally put lines, 12 of them, around my clock for the hours. I start with one at the top in the center, then one at the bottom, on the side, and the other side, which will be 12, 3, 6, and 9. Then 2 in the middle of each one. There we go. Now, I will draw the arms of the clock, and that's our clock. But that's only the face of the clock. Now what I'm going to do is cut out a strip of black paper, about as thick as the bottle cap. So, before I went to go glue on my black strip of paper, I decided to fix some of my clock because I wanted the little lines that weren't 12, 3, 6, and 9 to be smaller. So I did that, and I also centered the lines a bit more. Now, what I'm going to do is put some hot glue around the edge of my bottle cap. But I'm going to be very careful not to burn my finger while I'm trying to hold it. Pipe the hot glue on closer to the end here and not on the face of the clock, so it's easier to reach my paper. I'm also going to do it a little bit at a time so it doesn't dry before I'm able to stick it. Carefully apply your paper and try to keep your hand away from the hot glue. Don't squeeze too much hot glue because you will end up having an excess gushing out of the ends, which can hit your finger and burn you. And now I'm just going to put one line of glue down the edge to connect the paper. I'm going to use my scissors to cut off the excess paper. I want the black paper to go until the edge of the bottle cap, and then I'll cut off everything after that. There you go. A clock for our kitchen. But now we have to mount it up on the wall of our doll kitchen. What I did right here is I used my big pair of scissors to poke a hole through the wall of our kitchen. But you have to be careful because scissors can be sharp, so have an adult help you with this step. I've got a dot of hot glue to the middle of my clock. Now I'm sticking my toothpick in. Now I'll wait for this to dry. Now your clock should look about like this. And I'm just going to poke it right into the wall. And there you go. So our kitchen looks like this so far. And it's time to conquer the sink. And we will use the countertop we made in our last part. We're going to add the sink to this using a yogurt container, a paintbrush, some silver paint, and tinfoil, as well as a pencil, ruler, and our handy hot glue gun. So I will start by taking my countertop and my yogurt container and finding the right spot on my counter that my sink will go. So I want there still to be space on the counter so we can have our little breakfast bar area. I'm going to take my sink and put it here, close to the edge, then trace the bottom of the container out on the counter. There we go. You may be wondering why I'm not tracing this part. This is because I want to cut a hole there and have this slide through, but the top part will still show on the counter. So now I am going to attempt to grab my scissors and poke a hole through this. Now I've got my scissors through. I'm going to make a hole big enough so I can put my scissors in and cut around. Now I've cut out the hole for the yogurt container, and I'm just going to make sure it fits right in. It looks like it needs to be a bit wider, so I'm going to trim around the edge a little bit more to make space for my yogurt to slip through. So now my yogurt container can fit into the hole. And make sure you don't cut too far because you don't want it to slip through. You want it to be able to hold firmly. Now, I'm going to take out my container and place the countertop aside. What I'm going to do is grab my big scissors again and cut off this extra piece here. Your yogurt container, or whatever container you're using, might not have this, but I just want it to be symmetrical on all sides. I'm going to lay out some newspaper so that I can paint my container inside and around. I brought out my paintbrush. It's nice and soft, not too small or big. I've got my crafters acrylic paint. It's silver, but you can choose any color you want. I suggest something basic like silver, white, or black, but all up to you. And my yogurt container. I'm going to start by shaking up my acrylic paint so that it doesn't get watery. I don't want watery paint. Now I'm going to squeeze out the paint just a little bit, put that aside, get my brush, and start applying it to the yogurt container. We might need to add more layers so that the silver color really shows. Also, be sure that when you're painting, you do the strokes in one direction, like this, so that it doesn't look messy. Now I'm just going over with another layer to make sure the color is very vibrant. While we have our yogurt container dry, I am going to shape the faucet using tin foil. So first, take your tin foil and start to roll it. Try to keep it into a circular shape. And I apologize for the crinkling. I can't really do much about it. To help me, I will use a wooden dowel. That's about a good thickness, so I'm going to get my glue stick and get onto here. And finish it off. Making sure my tube stays tight. Now I grab my scissors trim off the excess. Don't throw this away, we'll be needing it. Just going to shape my tin foil a little bit more, keep twisting it around to make sure it really takes the form of my dowel, which is a perfect shape for the tube. Now I slide this off and curve it a little. Just a slight bit. I want the end to turn down. Now, you can take this piece, make sure it's pretty squared, create a cone. That means we'll be twisting it on an angle. I'll continue shaping my faucet until I'm happy with the shape. And then I will hot glue the two pieces together. Now I slipped our dry yogurt container all painted silver into our countertop, and our faucet has been hot glued. Now we just have to hot glue it here, and our sink will be complete. It already looks so realistic. That is what your kitchen looks like now, and we have one last step to finish this part. We're going to make shelves. I will do this using 3 popsicle sticks and 1 long wooden dowel. It doesn't have to be long, but I'm just using this really long one so I can cut it into several pieces. Now, we're going to start by hot gluing. What we're going to start by doing is hot gluing all 3 sticks together, similar to how we made our stools. So I'll use the same technique as when I used the stools. Pipe a bit on the edge, and then I'll attach the other stick. Now I'll grab this stick, carefully press it together, then repeat to add the next stick. Now I'm going to take this, nice 3 sticks, cut off the edges, and then I'll cut this in half. I'm afraid to just cut it without checking, so I'll take my ruler again and measure. Now we have our 2 shelves, and it's time to get our dowel part. So I'll take my dowel, and I'm going to have 4 4-centimeter long pieces of the dowel. I have my 4-centimeter piece dowels, and I'm going to use them to glue the shelves into place. I've glued my shelves at about a 45-degree angle, and now I will attach them to the walls of the kitchen. I've glued the shelves in, and they're little hanging shelves. And now, part 2 of our doll kitchen is complete. Thanks for watching our video, and don't miss part 3. Again, watch part 1 if you haven't, and you can watch it again if you already have. And next time, we will be making the cabinets, the oven, and probably some decorations. So, our craft is complete and our time has been sweet. But now that we're done, come back for more fun. See ya!